Hi, I'm Pox.
I'm Couchguy.
And you're watching the Two Smart Guys show. This is Apple Hacking 101 episode 2.
Making an Acer Hackitosh.
Yes. With Snow Leopard. So if you watched the one we did previously in the summer that was installing Leopard on a Dell Mini 9, this is installing Snow Leopard on an Acer One Netbook. It also works just the same if you're going to do your Dell Mini 9 and upgrade it, because I tried that too.
Yeah, so basically this is the rest of the netbook collection. And we're actually making this one a little bit different because I don't want to mess with my system drive, so I want to be able to boot off an external drive.
Which is a little bit slower, but
it gives me the luxury of what I want.
Yeah.
So it is possible to do either way. You don't have to worry about crushing your system drive. Just in case, because of the shortcomings, that not everything works right now.
There's certain netbooks that works better on than others, like the Dell Mini 9. Like everything works. It's probably the one to get.
The Acers are pretty crippled on some of the aspects. The Wi-Fi card doesn't work.
Yeah, the default Wi-Fi card doesn't work. A lot of people are switching it out. It may work in the future, but it's
sound is iffy whether or not it will work or not.
Yeah, well, yeah, it doesn't work by default. You have to fiddle with that a little bit.
So there's a lot of things you have to tweak inside of it. So
things that you'll need to get this thing going.
Yeah, what do you need to do?
You're gonna need to go out and buy a copy of Snow Leopard, $30.
$30.
Whether or not Apple's license agreement allows for this thing, who knows? You got to read it. You'll need a USB drive, or two,
depending on how you want to use it. You need one at least that's not going to be part of your original system when you're done.
You need one that you can utilize and format entirely to boot off of, and then you're going to need to either install to your system drive, or if in our case I've installed one to a flash drive.
Then we're going to reinstall it into this.
Yeah, whatever you want your system drive to end up being. And a Mac. You'll need access to a Mac, an existing working Mac.
Yeah, because you have to be able to access its operating system to create the boot side. Well, you better explain this, because this really gets confusing.
Okay. So what you do is you take your DVD, pop it in a Mac, you plug in whatever you're going to want to make into your boot drive, and then you go into the disk utility and you do a restore of the DVD onto the USB drive. One thing you might want to check, or in fact I would highly recommend doing, is actually formatting your USB drive with a GUID partition. And the easiest way to do that is to re-partition it. In my case, we just do one partition.
But it gives it the chance to have the boot cycle where it's not going to have to, you're not going to do it twice.
Right, so you need to have at least 9 gigs. I might as well make it like 10 just in case.
Yeah.
The GUID partition and format it for a Mac. HFS journaled, apply with that format. And then do the restore of the DVD onto the USB drive. When that's done, you're going to want to download this really cool utility. Now this is the key that makes the whole thing work.
Yeah, without this is one reason why we failed a couple times.
Yeah, so it's this netbook installer. We'll have a link on our show notes, twosmartguys.com. And what that does is it'll take this drive and it'll modify all the necessary files to make it bootable. It'll change the bootloader, put an EFI emulator, add the necessary kernel extensions to make all the different hardware work.
Add some stuff, move some stuff around.
All right. So let's go ahead and power on.
This is everything hooked in. So now we're at this point. We've made this, and it's going to go straight to the netbook, which we're just going to boot from the drive.
Yeah. So depending on your netbook, this one you have to do what, F12?
F12.
F12, you can select the boot device. We can do the USB.
And we want the USB rugged, which is what we've got here. Now sometimes this does take a minute or 3.
Yeah. Cool. So this is the Chameleon bootloader. This is what allows you to boot from whatever device you want. In this case, we want to boot again from the
OS X install DVD.
Yeah.
So hit enter.
Yep.
No special K this time.
Yeah, and then go make a cup of coffee. This will take about...
this takes a minute or 2.
This could take up to 10 minutes. It takes a while, because you're booting off a USB device.
The very first time that you do it, it will probably take longer than the other times.
Yeah, I timed it after the install was finished. It took 2 minutes and 30 seconds to boot. Initial install time to this flash drive was about 8 hours.
All right, so once you get into this, you're going to see
select your language
Familiar.
of choice. My
So-
son liked German.
German's nice.
Yeah.
I prefer Mandarin.
That was actually about a bazillion times faster than when I did it through the flash drive.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead and continue. Agree.
Because you really don't read this.
Yeah, if you read that, it might say something that might make you want to stop.
We're just going to agree on principle,
All
like
right.
everyone else does.
So here is the thing that you forgot to do. You forgot to plug in the drive that we're going to install to. Go ahead and plug it in.
I think it'll find it.
Yeah, this is the step that everybody's going to do anyways. You're going to need to go up to the utilities. This is actually Mac OS right now, the install utility.
Hey, this is actually a good deal.
Yeah.
Because you can plug it in, we saw the bounce in. So we're going to put our main hard drive in.
Yeah, wait, don't select it yet.
Okay.
In our case, it's already set up, but if it's not set up, you need to go to Utilities, and then go to your disk utility. And you have to make sure that you have a GUID partition. If you don't, then you'll need to repartition it and change that option.
So we've got my main. This is the disk that I'm actually going to go to. And we're going to partition it. And I've got a main partition here. We'll make 2 partitions like we did before. Partition 1 is 100 gigs. And let's call it the main. Hard drive. And just Mac OS extended journaled. Options. GUID. It has to be clicked.
Yeah. And if you do case sensitive, the Adobe Creative Suite will not install.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so that's a good one to know. Otherwise, you have to
And,
redo your whole system.
The second one I'm just going to do is free space because I'm going to use it later. I'm going to take it to my Linux machine and reapply it later. And then hit apply. And this will be replaced. This will be added. Yeah. Please partition.
The Mac does this pretty quick. It does a quick format, so it doesn't take 10 years.
I can't tell. I think we're done.
Okay, yeah, so it's done. So you can go ahead and just exit out of there. Yep, go ahead and select your main install, then go to Customize.
Ooh, customize. Oh, I almost messed that up.
Yeah. Well, in your case, you probably have enough space. You don't have to worry about it. But if you're trying to install
No, this is
something,
please. I would love to trim this down so it's not so
Yeah.
thick.
You probably don't need every language known to man, so you can pretty much just uncheck that unless there's anything you want.
Language translations. None.
If you plan on running any old PowerPC applications, you'll want Rosetta. But
Which we don't.
yeah, so
I probably want QuickTime 7 though, don't I?
that's the older QuickTime. You don't really need
Oh,
it.
no, I don't need it then.
No.
All right, what about XL11?
You might want to do that if
That's
you
a
want to do
Unix environment,
Yeah,
okay.
you might want to keep that. Printer support is huge. It's like a gig.
We're going to get rid of printer support because you know what? Frankly, not going to be using this as a printer.
Yeah. So,
I'll send it to someplace else.
and you can drill down to that, and if you have it plugged into a network, you can install just the ones that you have on your network.
Well, and can't you go back in and install the printers
Yeah.
as they show up on your
Yeah.
system?
Yeah.
So, let's be honest. It's a gig worth of space you don't want to keep.
Yeah. So just get rid of that.
So far we're down to 8.29 gigabytes required for installation.
So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So, anything else we need to do?
Nope.
Hit OK.
It's all good.
Now-
And then
Now can we hit install?
now you can hit install. Yay, it's moving faster than mine did. Mine said it was going to be 30 minutes for about the first 3 hours.
Crap.
Yeah, so I was installing to this, which
Yeah,
has
which-
a horrible write speed.
But I have to admit, the simple fact, because this will actually run another operating system. Like these will run
Like,
Linux as well. So in terms of these machines, this being a quick operating system is amazing.
yeah.
Because I knew it could run on Linux, and Linux is really choppy too. But,
No, it's not recommended because these have a limited write cycle.
Yeah, but you know what? If you make it ISO or I guess ISO is not the right word. A clone of this,
Yeah.
you can do it for whatever time you want to, and you back up whatever, But it's
Yeah.
just real quick, pop in and you're done.
Yeah, it's a fun little thing to play with.
I think that is preferable compared to that, which is actually sucking power from my machine as it's being used.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. Now, I would use a 32 gig versus a 16 gig. just because you are restricted to the main hard drive being as big as that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
it's a pretty tight squeeze. The Dell Mini 9 that I got has got a solid state disk, and it's only 16 gigs. And you can't install the iLife suite because it requires 4 gigs to be all the OS. That eats up like 8.5 gigs or so. And actually, with Leopard it would work, but with Leopard it was like 12 gigs.
wow.
So I had to do a lot of hacking to get it to work because we only wanted iPhoto. And in order to get iPhoto, you have to pull a whole bazillion all these other little files and little places to copy it over from another working Mac.
Gotcha. So you'd have to suck it from somewhere.
There's no sound.
No.
Normally it makes,
Whoosh, whoosh. I'll make all those noises for everybody. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
All right, so after the install process happened, the machine automatically rebooted, and
Oh.
it's, what is this thing called? The install?
The welcome screen.
Setup process? Yeah, the
Welcome screen.
Welcome screen.
We don't know what language you speak, but here's all of them.
All right, so what do we do now?
Well, this is welcome. So
So you just set up like a regular Mac.
yeah, I just welcome to startup. So we're just gonna say we're from the United States because, well, we are.
Yeah, it's close enough.
As much as I'd love to choose Canadian English, I'm too much of a patriot.
Why are you doing that, eh?
Would you like to transfer any information from another Mac? No, don't transfer any information. We're good.
How are you connected?
We're gonna go local Ethernet because, well,
we were a minute ago.
we were a minute ago. We're just gonna continue past this. Apple ID and password, continue past.
Okay, this is fun. You have to fill it out.
555.
I think it's smart. It's wise to that one. We'll find out. Yeah. Nope.
Bingo! Jenny, I got your number. Where's primary use for this computer? Is hacking on here? Elementary. What does this do, by the way, when I give them this information?
I don't think they really care.
Home. I am a manufacturing person. No, I don't want you to stay in touch with me. My password for Couchguy. Ready for this, everyone? Not telling you. No!
Hey, the
God.
webcam
Actually,
works.
the webcam does work. Holy smokes. Now they have proof.
We got a picture of a couch.
Yeah, I do need a picture of a couch. That's actually really funny. I want a picture of a couch now. But you know what I want to pick? I'm going to pick the robot.
You're not going to use your own picture?
No. Evidence, no.
Huh?
Yeah, we're not going to have any more proof than I have to on this. Where do I live? Oh, it picked Hawaii. It doesn't really matter. I'll pick the correct time zone because it'll jack up today's date. Done. Enjoy your apple. I will. Thank you. It cost about $6,000 less than a normal one.
Yeah, so this costs, what did you say, 230?
320.
320 plus $30 for the Leopard CD, so it's 350.
Plus, we'll say $100 for the drive. Because I did it on a drive that external.
What you need to run is in the applications file on your Mac. So inside applications now you should have the netbook installer.
And that should be on my main HD that I off this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the
Applications. And this is netbook installer.
Yep. That'd be the one.
So ooh. Double click.
All right.
Unsupported device. Oh!
Yeah, who cares?
Warning, this will install the desk MBR. Okay.
So select the drive that you want to put it onto.
Target. Main HD.
All right.
Generate. Do I need to do toggle hibernation? Currently disabled.
Remote CD, if you don't have another Mac, you can keep it off, so you can take that off. So, inside of here, there's an extra folder. That is not native to the Mac operating system.
Gee, what's this?
These are all the cool files that let you run it on a non-Mac. Inside of here, there's a thing called kernel extensions. So we have...
additional extensions.
Yeah, additional extensions.
Which appears to be empty.
Oh, well, go back out of there.
We have themes, update extensions. Oh, general extensions.
There we go. General extensions. Oh, because it's making it right now.
It's making everything.
Duh. Okay. So this is the important stuff right here. This is what's going to get your sound working. This is what's going to get your Ethernet working. This is what might get your sound or your Wi-Fi working.
I'm excited. So my sound should work after this is all over with.
So if you go,
that's a bonus.
we'll have a link on our website to the websites that have all the databases on hardware that does work. But basically, you look up the hardware identifier of whatever you have, and you research and see if somebody's made a kernel extension for it, and you toss it in there, and you run the kernel extension update, which is in the previous folder.
I just toss it inside of this folder?
Yep.
Or? So do I run the update extra?
Yeah, update extra. So you just toss in any kernel extensions that you might need depending on your hardware.
And it's not, I put it in general extensions.
Yep, you put it in general extensions, and then you run the update. And that's it, and then you can get everything that's not working. All right, so you have a working Mac now.
I have a working Mac.
As soon as this gets done installing, we'll go ahead and unplug the boot USB we made and turn it on, and it should theoretically work fine.
And it will be booting from my external drive. It currently is. It's talking to it right now. So, actually I can see inside of here, there's my Acer hard drive is still untouched and very safe right there.
It's not recommended to update any of the new Apple updates because it may break things.
Very badly.
But after the community says it's okay to update, all you got to do is run the netbook installer again afterwards.
Which, frankly, if you're running a hacked Mac, you should be happy with it and just stop with the updates. You check the chat real quick, see if anybody's asking anything, because we haven't looked at the chat.
Chat doesn't work.
The chat
should I
works
get
just fine.
an Aspire One? Yeah, you could get an Aspire One, but I wouldn't. No, seriously though, look up Hackitosh netbooks, and you'll see there's a whole bunch of different ones that do have 100% compatibility on the hardware. On the Acer ones, they're cheap, but you're gonna want to replace the Wi-Fi card probably, so you'll have Wi-Fi. Otherwise, you're gonna have to hook in a USB one or replace it at this point in time. Dell Mini 9s and 10s work great right now. They'd probably be the most highly recommended netbooks.
All right, so this did all of its junk. So continue. Now that we're finished with that, am I into anything else? Do I need to do anything? I've been trying to trim this. So
go ahead and shut it down.
Shut down.
Yeah. So okay. So the netbook maker that we installed, it made it so that your hard drive will boot without the need of this, because it was using this.
Because it was using that and then talking to that, and we just fixed all the patches that and that.
So now we can unplug this.
So this and this.
So the hard drive we used to do the install with no longer necessary.
So
this
done
is
nothing, but nothing's hooked up. This is my boot drive. It's just plugged in. This is the same way I boot my Ubuntu. So
our sub $500.
Now my
Apple
question
netbook.
to you is, when it's in there, do I have to change my boot order every time?
Yeah. Well, you can change it in your BIOS if you wanted to.
Well, actually, my boot order. Actually, that's a good question. I want to do it again.
Your boot order is already set.
My boot order is already set.
Okay. So in your BIOS, you can set the boot order to always boot off.
Yeah,
whatever your device is that you want to boot.
I've set mine to boot from the USB first, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. That's the USB.
That would explain why it worked last time.
Yeah.
When the install happened.
Switched.
Yeah.
All right. So, system preferences.
Yeah. System preferences.
And then sound.
Yeah, sound.
Output. Nothing.
Nothing. So this will require looking up a working kernel extension for the audio and putting it in there and updating it.
That's fine.
One of the things that Apple has been so kind to do is when they do their updates, they actually fix a lot of hardware too.
Really?
For the Hackitoshes. Because it just so happens they use it in their newer hardware also.
Oh, well, that's nice.
A lot of the same chips. So network, yeah.
No double tapping. I do have my Ethernet.
You do have Ethernet. Okay.
So
you have Ethernet, but you don't have any wireless.
That's fine. I can deal with that.
Yeah. So right now you can hop online with this thing, and there it is.
It took 3 shows.
It took 3 shows, but we have a working Acer netbook.
The way I wanted it.
A working Acer netbook that boots Mac OS X Snow Leopard. Yes. off of a retail disc. No trickery, Pirate Bay-ish things going on.
No, there's not really any cracking, beating, or destroying of anything that...
And now that the process is down, it's really like 6 steps.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I like it. I'm going to see if I can break it now.
All right, so thanks for watching the show.
Yeah, we need to pimp somebody.
Yeah, we need to pimp a whole bunch of things.
So bear with us. You have to pay attention to this part because you watched the rest of it.
If you want to get a discount on some cool clothing, you want to make your own skateboard, there's a website called ccs.com.
2 C's.
Yeah, 2 C's. They sell the top. They're a top skate site for photos, news, reviews, quizzes, made for skaters, by skaters, for skaters, and they have all kinds of cool skating stuff.
All about skaters.
Yeah. But no, seriously, I logged on and I looked at the webs. You can customize your own skateboard, so you can like pick all the different pictures and different decals, and you can pick the different wheels and you can build it. And they're cheap. They're only like $100 or so for a custom-made skateboard.
They're not cheap. They're quality made.
Oh, okay. Yes, they're.
Go to the website.
A great value.
And if you purchase something, coupon code.
Yes. So you can get free shipping on anything over $30 if you use our coupon code AFS Smart 1.
AFS Smart 1.
Yeah.
Right in front of the screen here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the coupon code you want to use.
But you have to use it at the checkout. When otherwise nothing.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about them? Do we have to disclaim or anything else because of that?
I don't know. They're a paid advertiser. I don't know.
They pay for that. We're clear? Not much, but they pay for that.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll see this.
It's okay. They're skaters.
Yeah, they're cool with it. All right.
Anarchy.
Now we're going to pimp our own stuff.
Oh, please.
We're going to pimp our other shows. Of course, we've got this show that goes on a weekly basis now. If you're an old fan of PSP Hacking 101, we do these shows like on hacking apples or computers that aren't apples to make them apples, or oranges to apples, or apples to apples. And iPhones, Wii's, PSPs, all kinds of fun stuff.
We're what would it be? We enjoy all operating systems.
Yeah. And this goes into the wee hours of the morning. It's about almost 1 o'clock here, so I'm kind of losing it.
Yeah, in the morning when we get up and have to go to work, it's going to suck.
If you want to donate directly to us, $10, we'll send you a free DVD.
Yeah, please, $10. Send it to him.
Yeah, we'll autograph it, and we have audio commentary and all kinds of goodies.
And last but not least, Beyond the Clipping Plate.
Yes.
The online video game extravaganza show.
Yeah, so if you like any of our old skits that we do on some of our episodes, this is like a long skit. It's funny. It's got all kinds of action and explosions and pixelated characters.
2 guys stuck in a video game, stuck inside, just watch.
Yeah.
There's fire.
There's fire. And there's cursing that you can't hear because we believe it. But there will be a DVD that's uncensored.
This has been a Two Smart Guys production.
Maybe you could get an uncensored version of the Beyond the Clipping Plane.
Yes.
That you could give, for a $10 donation, they could get an uncensored version and hear all of Regal's lyrical profanity.
Two friends must rise up and face their destiny. Holy! Trapped in an evil video game cartridge, the duo must seek out allies.
What can I get for you fellas?
You better eat up or you're gonna get squished too.
And find a way to get beyond the clipping plane.
Anything to say to the people? If you want to be on the show? I mean, you're on the live show, but do you want to be on the recorded show?
Yeah, what you been up to?
Basically, yeah, I would like to be on the recorded show, but you guys gotta give me like an interesting topic.
Um,
No, you have to be like me. You just have to wing it and bullshit your way through what you don't know.